Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm John and I regularly post ukulele tutorials here on YouTube to suit all abilities. Today we're going to be looking at the classic 1973 Christmas hit Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade, an absolute must for any Christmas songbook. We're going to be looking at the song in the original key of G, so you can either play along with the Slade version or my own play along video for the song that I've linked to in both the card above and also the video description below. So check your ukulele is in tune and we'll get started on the song. But just before we do, if you do find this tutorial helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It doesn't cost you anything, but really helps me a lot with making more of these video tutorials moving forward. If you'd like a PDF copy of the song sheet with the lyrics and the chord diagrams, buy me a coffee, see how to do so in the video description below, and I'll email one over to you. Alternatively, join me over at my Patreon pages where all my video tutorials and accompanying PDFs can be found in one place. The link for this can also be found in the video description below. The song starts with a 4-bar intro and then we have the first verse. This is then followed by the chorus, then we have a second verse followed once again by the chorus. Next comes a 6-bar bridge section and this is followed by one more verse. And finally the chorus is then repeated 4 more times with a slowdown on the final 4 bars. If you want a one-size-fits-all strumming pattern for this song, I would probably suggest a down, down, up, down, up, down, up, with a little bit more emphasis on beats 2 and 4. So... but I definitely mix things up a bit with some different patterns throughout the song, which I'll try and explain as we go. The intro is 4 bars long and straight away we get 2 bars of a B flat chord, which isn't even in the song's key of G major, but is borrowed from the parallel key of G minor. Then we have 2 bars of D, which is the 5 chord in the key of G major and is setting us up for the first verse. Now you could quite happily play these 4 bars straight like so. Or to add a little more interest, I like to mimic the bass line in the song, which is playing the notes of B flat, A, G and F over those 2 bars of B flat. And we can do this by playing a standard B flat chord for beats 1 and 2 of the first bar, which has the B flat note on the string nearest the floor, and then a B flat major 7 for beats 3 and 4 of the same bar, which has the note A on the same string, and then in bar 2 we play a B flat 6 chord on beats 1 and 2, which has a G note on the string nearest our face, and finally another standard B flat chord on beats 3 and 4, which also has an F note on the second string from the floor. So if I demo this using just down strums on each beat, we would have hopefully that makes sense and you can hear the descending bass notes throughout the 2 bars. Then in bars 3 and 4 of the intro, where effectively we just have 2 bars of D major, I like to add a little flourish that the lead guitar plays over the 2 bars of the D chord here and also in various other places throughout the song. I do this by playing a standard D chord on beats 1 and 2 of bar 3, and then a D sus4 chord by adding my little finger at the 3rd fret of the 2nd string from the floor on beats 3 and 4. And then in bar 4 I play another standard D chord on beats 1 and 2, and this time I take my 3rd finger away from the D chord to give me a D sus2 chord on beats 3 and 4 of that bar. So these 2 bars of what was just a D, played with just down strums, would now be but to add just a little more spice and interest to these 2 bars, I actually changed to both of the sus chords a half beat early each time. So on an up strum that would come after the down strum on beat 2. So what I'm actually strumming over these 2 bars is a down, down on the D, and then an up, down, up on the D sus4, and then the same rhythm again on the next bar. So a down, up, down on the D, then up, up, down, up on the D sus2. So the difference between me playing it straight on just the downs would be or to me playing it with the chord changes on the sus chords being early, which would sound like this. So this takes a little practice and is completely optional. So you could just play D for these 2 bars, but the good news is that if we get used to this, we can use it again in the verses and the choruses of the rest of the song. So now the whole intro with the descending bass over the 2 bars of B flat and the sus chords over the 2 bars of D, we would have. And if this intro and the options I've given you all make sense, the rest of the song is really pretty straightforward. The verses are 16 bars long, and in bar 1 we have a bar of G, our home chord, and then in bar 2 we have a bar of B minor, and then in bars 3 and 4 we have 2 bars of D, which we can play as the sus4, sus2 options again, like we looked at in bars 3 and 4 of the intro. Then in bars 5 to 8 we repeat the last 4 bars again, so a bar of G in bar 5, a bar of B minor in bar 6, and in bars 7 and 8 2 more bars of D with the sus4 and sus2 options once again. Then in bar 9 we have a bar of C, in bar 10 another bar of G, in bar 11 another C, and bar 12 another G. And then in bar 13 we have an A minor 7, in bar 14 another C, then in bar 15 we have a D that changes to a D7 in bar 16 and sets us up nicely for the chorus. So the first verse with the sus chord options played would sound something like this. Are you hanging up the stocking on the wall? It's the time that every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does he turn upon his sleigh? Do the fairies keep him sober for a day? So hear it. The chorus is 10 bars long and starts with a bar of G in bar 1, a bar of B minor in bar 2, and then we have a bar of B flat in bar 3, and a bar of D in bar 4. In bar 5 we go back to a G, and in bar 6 we have another B minor, and then in bars 7 through to 10 we have the same chords that we played for the 4-bar intro of the song. So essentially 2 bars of B flat, and then 2 bars of D, but again with the optional descending bass line chords over the bars of B flat and the sus chord options over the last 2 bars of D. So with all the extra options, the chorus would be, so here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. Next we get the second verse, which is the same as the first in its chord progression, so I won't go over the chords again, but if I just play through it, we would have, are you waiting for the family to arrive? Are you sure you got the room to spare inside? Does your granny always tell you that the old songs are the best? Then she's up and rock and rollin' with the rest. So hear it. The second chorus is the same as the first. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look Next we have the bridge section of the song, which is just 6 bars long and is now in the key of G minor for a couple of bars. And here we have a bar of D minor in bar 1, and then a B flat in bar 2, then another D minor in bar 3, and another B flat in bar 4, and then in bar 5 we have a C major chord, which is taking us back to the major key, and then in bar 6 we get a bar of D major, which sets us up nicely for the third verse, which is structurally the same as the last 2 verses. So the bridge into the third verse would sound something like this. 2, 3, 4. What will your daddy do when he sees your mama kissing Santa Claus? Are you hanging up the stocking on the wall? Are you hoping that the snow will start to fall? Do you ride on down the hillside in a buggy you have made? When you land upon your head, then you've been slayed. So hear it. And finally we get 4 repeats of the chorus to finish the song, with the same lyrics and chord structure as the other choruses. And then on the final repeat, the song slows down over those 2 bars of B flat with the optional descending bass to play a D chord to finish the song. Be aware here that if you're playing the D sus chord variations and singing as well, you'll be starting to sing the first 3 words, so hear it, over the last bar of D and D sus 2 each time it repeats, which can take a little practice in itself. Now I'm sure you don't need to hear me play and sing all 4 choruses in a row, so if I just demo the final 2 repeats of the chorus with the slowdown to finish, we would have. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. So you now have the chord progression, suggestions for strumming patterns, and extra chord options for Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade. I'll link to my play-along video for you to practice with in both the card above and the video description below. Be sure to hit the like button if you found this tutorial helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more ukulele content. Let me know in the comments if there are any other particular songs that you'd like to learn next. If you'd like a copy of the song sheet with the lyrics and the chord boxes, buy me a coffee. See how to do so in the video description below, and I'll email it over to you. Or alternatively, join me over at my Patreon pages where all my tutorials and accompanying PDFs can be found in one place. The link for this can also be found in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.